Uh-oh. So we're recording now. Thank you, Kate. So first thing is that I would love to know, so I think it's going to pop up in your screen. So just let me know, what device are you using tonight? Because as you might or might not know, but you can use Design Space from your computer, from your phone, from your tablet. So I would love to know, what device do you think you're going to be using the most with your Cricut machine, or which one are you using tonight if you're crafting along with me? So that's really, really helpful. Okay, so most of the people are using a laptop, one iPhone, a couple of iPads. So that's brilliant. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. That's super useful. So a couple of iPads. Right. Excellent. And then the other thing I would like to know is, what machine do you have? So which machine are you going to be using tonight, or which one did you get? So please let me know if you have a Cricut Maker, a Maker 3, Explore, Explore 3, Cricut Joy, or Cricut Joy Extra. So please help me with that one. And tonight I'm going to be using my Cricut Explore 3. We will talk about that when we get to the end, like to the third session, to the third part of this session. Okay, so most of the people are using the Maker 3, a couple of Explore Air. Great. Oh, one Joy Extra, brilliant. Cricut Joy, Cricut Maker, excellent. Thank you ever so much for this. Okay, so let's get this started. I'm going to share my screen so you can see my presentation. Oh, just let me go back to this just a sec. Is it? Okay. Go back to you. Oh, sorry. Just technical issues. Just a sec. Okay. Back again. Oh. Okay, here we are. So share my screen. Jess, can you give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen? Brilliant, thank you so much. So get to know your Cricut machine. This is, as I mentioned before, this is your Cricut Learn 101 workshop, where you're going to learn the very basics. So this is kind of like your first, the first part of your journey using your Cricut machine. So this is what we're going to be doing tonight. You got this kind of notebook. So I'm going to show you how to make a vinyl decal, how to use your transfer tape, and how to make a design using your Cricut machine. So welcome everyone to Cricut. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your time tonight. So first thing I want to show you is the Cricut machines that we have at the moment in the market. So we have the Cricut Joy, which is like our little baby machine. So the smaller one, the most compact one, but it's absolutely perfect for simple everyday projects. With this machine, you can cut up to 50 different types of materials, from paper, vinyl, cardstock, iron-on vinyl. Then we have the Joy Extra, that it's pretty much like the bigger sister of the Joy. You will be able to do exactly the same projects that you do with your Joy, but you will have some extra space to work with, because with the Joy Extra, you can work with A4 the size, like letter size. And then also you will be able to do print then cut, which is one of the capabilities of the machine, where you will be using your home printer to print out designs and then cut them out with your machine. Then we have the Explore, which is a bigger machine. You will have a larger space of working, because you will be able to work with 30 centimeters width. So then that means you can make like bigger, like larger projects. And then you can cut all of the popular materials as well as with the Joy Extra, but also you will be able to cut like bonded fabric and some thicker materials as well. And then we have the Maker 3, which is like the top of the range of our machines, the most versatile. And then with this one, you will be able to make everything that you do with the other ones. Plus, you can engrave, you can cut fabrics, like all sorts of fabrics. depending on the blade that you're using with your machine. So with the Maker 3, you can make pretty much everything. And whichever machine you have tonight, that's absolutely fine, because this workshop is suitable for all of the machines. So that's really good. And then also we have Cricut Venture that is not here. We need to add that here, but that's one of our newest machines as well. Then we have here like a universe of materials that are Cricut materials. So we have, once you get your Cricut machine, then you can get from us like loads and loads of different things. So we have pens to put onto your machine. And so then your machine can do drawings for you. They will look like all super fancy, like it's been like handwritten, but it's actually been drawn by your machine. We have pens for all of the machines, and all sorts of different colors, and metallics and opaque and glitter ones. We have all sorts of different materials. We have this one that the one that is here specifically, it's iron-on vinyl, which is the one that you use to put onto fabrics. You can put iron-on onto all sorts of different things, but mainly to make fabric projects. Then this one is one of our easy presses. So this is the Cricut Easy Press 3 in 9x9. We have 2 sizes of the big presses, and then also we have like the Easy Press Mini. So this will be perfect for you to work in conjunction with your Cricut cutting machine to make projects with iron-on and with infusible ink as well. And we have a wide range variety of paper and cardstock. We also have some acetate, leather, and loads of things. Then your Cricut ID. So once you set up, like once you get your machine, you need to create your very own Cricut account. So that's going you to be doing with your email. So then you need to register onto Design Space with your email, and then you need to create your password. It's going to ask you where are you from and like where are you in the world. And then this ID is for you to use across multiple platforms. So you can use your Design Space, like your Cricut Design Space, with your phone, with your tablet, with your computer. So then with this Cricut ID is when you're going to log in to have all of your projects. So you will save your projects and they will be there under your email. And then also, if you want to make any purchases on the Cricut UK website, on the Cricut website, wherever you are, then it's going to be also with your Cricut ID. So that's kind of like your unique ID to connect your Cricut machines. Then we have Design Space, which again is the connection between you and your machine. So every time that you want to create something, every time that you want to cut something using your machine, you need to make your design on Design Space. So Design Space is available, as I mentioned, on desktops and laptops. Then also you can use it onto your smartphones and also on tablets. And it's both suitable for Android and iOS systems. So with Android and Apple products. Then Cricut Access. So one of the things that people tend to get mixed up is that the Cricut Access is our subscription to get the most that we have on Design Space. So within Design Space, we have a huge library of fonts, of projects and images. So this massive gallery of things is there within your Design Space, and it's completely free. So when you get your Cricut machine, you have Design Space for free. But then if you want to have access to all of the fonts, all of the projects and all of the images, then that is our subscription. So everything that has this little A kind of like a greenish icon, that will be included with your Cricut Access subscription. So as I mentioned, it is completely free to use your machine with Design Space. And then you will have 1,000 images, some fonts and some ready to make projects. And then you can purchase each one of the images and fonts individually. But then if you get the Cricut Access subscription, then you will get access to all sorts, like a massive gallery of images, thousands of fonts, and you can get 10% off licensed images. Then you can get access to unlimited collections. Then you have exclusive features within Design Space, like background remover for your images. And then also you get loads of saving benefits. So you get £10 off on the Cricut UK website every 3 months. Then also you get 10% off on the Cricut website every time that you want to make a purchase. You can get also priority member care, and this is only for £7.49 per month or £71.88 per year. So this changed a little bit whatever you are around the globe, but the price is quite similar. I love my my design space, like my Cricut Access, so I would be lost like with my subscription. And also when you get your machine, you will get 30 days free to trial this Cricut Access subscription. So what my advice will be is set up your machine, like set up your design space, play with it, learn your ways around the machine and how it works, and then activate that subscription so you can see if it's worth it for you. For me, it's 100% worth it, especially because of the saving benefits. So they're really, really good. Okay, so let's see a little bit more in depth about Design Space. So this is your home screen. So this is kind of like how Design Space looks on computer, like on desktop or laptop. Here you will have like the bigger part of the screen. So this will be like your main screen, and this is going to be like your home screen, sorry. When you log into Design Space, so this is what you're going to look. This is how it's going to look like when you are again on desktop or laptop. So here, if I drag your attention to the top of the screen, then you'll have here this home icon, and then from here, these two tabs is where you're going to flip between your home page and your canvas. So your canvas, we're going to see that in a minute, but the canvas is the place where you make your designs. So from here, you flip and switch between home and your canvas. Then you will have here your notifications. I'm going to explain that in a minute. And then you will see your name and your avatar, like your profile picture. Then on the right side, if I drag your attention here, on the right side of your home page on Design Space, you will have loads and loads of useful things. So on Discover, you will have like access to that home page where you will get loads and loads of inspiration. You can browse for images, projects, fonts, profiles. You can see what is trendy at the moment and all sorts of things. Then under My Stuff, you will find your saved projects, like the project that you've made and saved, and also your bookmark projects. Then on the Get Started, so this is like a really useful thing when you're starting your Cricut journey. So here you can choose the machine that you're using, and it's going to give you like some guidance, like some projects, like a pop-up window will come, and then you'll be able to create projects with some guidance. Then on the Cricut Learn, this is our website for learning all things Cricut. I highly recommend you to have a look on the Cricut Learn website. Sorry, because it's really, really good, this Cricut Learn. So this will take you to our Cricut Learning website. Then the heat guide is for you to work with iron-on or infusible ink if you have the Cricut Easy Press. Then here you will get like all the information on how to make your pressings. And then the shop, the Cricut website, and then also this new navigation system is going to show you like the new things that you have within Design Space. Then if you go to the right of your screen, the right part of your home page, then you will see your avatar picture and then your name. And then if you click on this drop-down menu, if you click on that arrow, then this drop-down menu will pop up. So you will be able to see your profile, see your notifications, and also see your settings. I want to draw your attention to the settings because from here, this settings part is where you can check your general settings of Design Space. You will be able to change your country. Then also you can see the version of Design Space that you're working with. You will be able to register new machines and all of that. So I highly recommend you to have a look onto that drop-down menu. And then also on the canvas, on those settings, if you click onto canvas, then you will be able to change the units of your Design Space if you rather work with imperial or metrics. So that is really good. And to have a look on that if you prefer to work into centimeters or in inches. Then, as I mentioned before, here you have these two tabs, and then this is how you move on the top left of the screen. You will be able to flip it between the home page and your canvas. And then on the left side, as I mentioned before, you have something that is called profile. So here on Design Space, you're able to create your own profile, as you kind of will do on social media, but this one will be for Design Space, so you can share if you like. So you can create your profile and you will be able to share your projects. This is only if you like. It's not mandatory in any way, but we will highly encourage you to do that because it's really nice. It's a really, really lovely community where you can share all your projects and you can get inspiration for other creators as well. So if you, once you create your profile, you can add your avatar. So you can create, you can edit here and you can add your profile picture. Then also you can add a little bit about you. So you can mention where are you from, what you do, what's your inspiration, what do you like to make, what's your favorite projects. Then also you can create like a banner. So on these little pens, you can change that. So you can create a banner. So this is mine with my kind of like my logo and some of my information. So that's really good. Like it's a really lovely way to connect with the community. And then also you can save and bookmark these projects. If you like them, you can recreate them. And so it's like a really, really nice way to be in touch with the community and to see what other people are making. Then when you go back to your home page, as I said, if you click on Discover, then this is going to get you a full library of images and inspirational stuff. So you will see at the beginning, get inspired. So you can have like holidays and beginners projects, Cricut community, birthdays, and all sorts of things. Then also you will get some images for you based on your latest searches. So based on what you've been doing. As you can see, I've been making loads of Christmas stuff. And then also at the top, you will have this universal search bar, which is super handy because from here, you can browse for images, projects, fonts, and profiles. So from here, you can also find the people within the community. So on this at the top, you'll find this bar that is super, super handy to browse and to find everything you want on Design Space. So as well on the homepage, you will find everything that is trendy, like favorite projects of the week. Then you can see all sorts here. So I will highly recommend you to open your home screen, click on Discover, and start scrolling down because there are loads and loads of things on there. And then on the top right corner, you will see this green icon. So every time that you are on Design Space and you see and you want to go to the next step, then find the green thing. So the green button will always take you like to the next step. So if you click on here on the new project is when you're going to start creating. So again, Design Space, so the canvas, as I said before, is where you create and customize all your projects. So every time that you want to create something new, you will need to put it onto your canvas. That will be like the connection between you and your machine. This is how the canvas looks on mobile devices. So it's pretty much the same Design Space, but as you will have like a smaller screen, then everything, like all the commands are going to be condensed at the bottom of your screen. So every time, so when I started working and making my project, if you're working from your mobile device, then always look for the commands at the top. You will have your canvas here, but then all the things, if you want to insert something or if you want to change or whatever, everything is going to be at the bottom of your screen. And then if you're on a tablet or on an iPad, then again, all the commands. So you will see your canvas here, like a blank canvas, and everything will be again at the bottom of your screen for you to find it. Okay, so now let's go to Design Space. So let's make a project. So again, this is kind of like what we're going to be aiming to do at the end of this session. So this is it. I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second. Oopsie. Okay, so hope you're following. Thumbs up, Sally, if you're following. All good. Thank you so much. Sorry for picking on you. It was like the first person I saw there. So great. I hope that was, I know that it's like a lot, like it's a lot of things to get into and to get your head around, but you got this, people. Don't forget that. Okay, I'm going to share my screen again. This is again for you to just watch. If you want to make along with me, that's at the next step, not now. So just keep sitting back, relax. I'm going to grab some water, sorry. I'm going to share my screen again. And I'm going to show you Design Space, but live. Share my screen. Open this up. Okay, great. Jess, can you let me know if you see this? If you can see my screen, I can't see anyone. So if you
yeah, I can see that.
Thank you. Thank you. That voice from the heaven. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's go to a live tour of Design Space. So this is how your Design Space looks like. So this is your white canvas. If you go here to the home page, so this is how your home page looks like. And as I said before, like here you'll find like loads and loads of incredible projects and loads of inspiration, seasonal things, fonts, images, favorite projects of the weeks, gifts, so loads and loads of things on the homepage. So definitely go to your homepage and have a browse because it's an incredible place to find some inspiration. So I'm going to move to the canvas, or you can create new projects. So you can either move to your canvas from here, or you can click here on the green button and create a new project. So now when you want to create a new project, you will see like also some inspiration here. So if you don't know what to make, you can find also some inspiration here. But if you already know what do you want to make, then you can start fresh and click onto blank canvas. This is your white canvas where you're going to be creating and making all your stuff. It's really important, so I want to drag your attention to here. I'm going to move this, sorry. Yeah. So it's really important. So go to the top right, and then here you will see the machine that you're working with. So on here, it's really important that you have selected the right and appropriate machine for you, because then that's how Design Space is going to show you the commands and the images that are suitable for your specific machine. So always make sure that you have there selected your machine, as also that's how it's going to connect with your machine. So let's say if you're using the Explore 3, but you forgot and have here Joy, then you're not going to be able to connect with your machine when you get onto making. So make sure that here at the top, you will have the name of the machine that you're going to be using. As I said, tonight I'm going to be using my Cricut Explore 3. So when you are here on your white canvas, you will have here on the left side of your canvas, you will have your insert panel. So this will be like the insert menu where you can start adding things to your canvas. So you can add some shapes. So if you click onto shapes, you will be able to see all of these basic shapes here. Some of them are free and some of them are included with your Cricut Access subscription. Then if you want to add images, then you can click on images. If you want to add text, phrases, editable images, if you want to upload your own designs, you can also do it from here. And if you want to add, so if you want to create some monograms as well. But for tonight, let's keep it as simple as possible. So let's start from the very, very basic. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to insert some text, and I want you to draw your attention that now, like all the commands at the top on my edit bar are just kind of like they can't work. So you can't click on any of this because there's nothing on my canvas. So I'm going to add some text. You click onto text, and then this text pop-up box will come. And now you see that all my edit bar at the top is visible. So all is like live now. And then also you can see on my right side, you will have your layers panel. So this on the right side is what we call the layer panel. This is where you're going to have all your layers. So every time that you add something onto your canvas, you're going to see it here onto your layers panel. So if you want to edit the text, I'm going to double click here. And I'm going to change this to hello everyone. Hello. So that's how you add text. Click on text and then change your text to whatever you want. So now here on the layers panel is my hello. And then of course, once you've put something on your canvas, you can edit that. So you can make it as bigger or as smaller as you like. So you can click, drag and drop. So on these arrows, you can click, drag it and drop it. And then of course, you can change the font. So if you want to change the font to a nicer font, then you go here at the top on your edit menu. On the left side, you will see this. Here it says font. So if you click on that drop-down menu, this pop-up window will appear. This, you can move it around. So sometimes when it pops up, your text will be behind. So if you want to click, if you want to see your text, you just need to click, drag it and drop it onto another part. So you will have Cricut fonts. We have more than 1,000 different fonts. Then we have system fonts, which are the fonts are within your system, like in your computer or your phone or your tablet. And then you can also bookmark your fonts to find like your favorite ones. I'm gonna show you that in a minute. And then the recent fonts. So if you go here to Cricut, you will find loads and loads and loads of different fonts. So if you scroll down, you can scroll aimlessly to find a lovely font. There are so many incredible fonts. You can search here on this bar. You can search for the name if you know the name of the font that you're looking for. You can also filter by languages. And then if you click on these two lines here, you can filter the fonts, because sometimes we're looking for something that's really specific. So if you want to filter, you can filter there. So for example, if you want to do something like writing, or if you want to search by free or single layer fonts or multi-layer fonts. So that filter is really, really handy to know that it's there. And then also you can use this to kind of like help you to filter depending on the style that you want to use. So let's just choose one. I'm going to choose. So as you see, sometimes it's like really hard to just choose one font. So let's say, so I'm going to show you how to bookmark. So for example, I love this one, and you see here, if you click on this flag, when you bookmark something, then it turns green. So this is one of my favorite ones. This is one of my bookmark ones. So if you have something that you really love, so if you're scrolling down and you find a font that you really like, then you can click onto this flag here, and then it will turn green and it will say to you, this font is bookmarked. And then you can go here at the top and change to your bookmark fonts, and then your favorite ones will be there as this one that we just bookmarked. Okay. And then if you forgot to do that, then you can search onto recent, and then the recent fonts that you've used will be there as well. So that's how you add text onto your canvas, and that's how you change the fonts. Then we can also add shapes. I'm going to add a shape. You just have to click onto shape and then find the one that you want to put on. So let's put this lovely heart here. And then I want you to draw your attention to the layers panel. So now that we put another thing onto the canvas, then now I'm going to have two layers. So before it was only the text, and now I have the text and also the heart. If I put this at the top, you will see that now, sorry, the heart is like on top of my word, because the canvas, it's kind of like putting a pile of paper. So everything that you keep on adding is going to be one on top of the other. If you want it to be the other way around, you can go to your layers panel on the right side, and you can click it, drag it, and drop it. So that's going to change the position of the things on your canvas. Or you can click, double click, and then bring it front or send it back. Or arrange. If you go here at the top on your edit menu, you can arrange here and send it back, bring it front, bring it forward. Okay, but for me, the easiest way is just click, drag and drop from your layers panel. Sorry. Okay, I'm back. So that's how you put an image and some text onto your canvas. If you want, as I said before, you can adjust the sizing of everything that you have on your canvas. And it's really important that you note if you're working onto centimeters or if you're working on inches. So that's here. When every time you go on top of one of the images or the whatever is it that you have on your canvas, you will have the sizing in here. You can make it as big or as small as you like, as by clicking, dragging and dropping, or also if you want to have the perfect size, like a certain size, then here on the edit menu on the top right, you will have the sizing. So you have the width and the height, and then you can change it here. So for example, if you want a heart that it's no more than 5 centimeters, you change that to 5, and then it will self-adjust to the right sizing. Also, you can note here that we have this little padlock, because when I changed the size, it automatically kept like the proportion of the image and adjust the height as well. But if you open that padlock, so if you open here, so if you click, now it's closed. If you click on, now it's open. And now you're able to kind of like deform the image. So now the proportion is not going to be there. So you can kind of like change it and move it as you like. If you're not happy with what you've just done, this is like a nice opportunity to show you how to go back. So here on the edit bar at the left side, you can just go back and reverse it to how it was. So these are like the undo and redo buttons. So you can go back and you can go forward to undo and redo whatever it is that you just made onto your canvas. And okay, now let's go to the best part. Like my favorite thing is just like to add images onto your canvas. So we have a gallery, like a massive gallery of images. So if you go to your insert menu on the right side, on the left side, sorry, of your design space, you have this massive gallery of images. So you can see we have over 500,000 images here. And we have like a universal search bar. You can also click onto these subjects, but you can browse and type in here whatever it is that you want. So I'm going to keep it simple, and I'm just going to type in flower, and you will see the amount of flowers that are going to come up, just like thousands and thousands of flowers. You'll have loads and loads of images depending on what do you want to make. You can filter that. So on the left side of the image search, you'll have some filters. So you can filter by free. You can filter by editable images that I'm going to show you in a minute. You can also check for your bookmark stuff. So the same as with the fonts, if you click on this flag, you can bookmark your images. And then every time you click only onto bookmark, only your favorite images are going to be there. Then you can search as well by your uploaded images, images that you've purchased, and then also by operation. So if you see here, you'll have loads and loads of different images with different colors. And one of the things I want to draw your attention to is like some of the images. So see the difference between these two is that this one has like a name, like the name of someone with this purple little flower. So that means that this image has been drawn, it's been made by one of our Cricut community artists. Like CAP artists is like people that make designs, like designers, incredible designers that make their designs and then they just uploaded them to your design space. So that means that this image is being made by this person. And if you click here, you will be able to find their profile. If you go to their profile, you will be able to see who they are, where they are, and all their images that they have put onto Design Space. And then also you can see their shared projects. So if you find someone like this, so if you like their designs, then you can click on follow them. I already follow her because I love her designs. But you can follow people here. And then when they upload new things to Design Space, then you will get a notification here. So that's really, really good. Then you can browse and see all their work. So then let's go back. I'm going to go back to our canvas. So we can go back to where we were. So that's one of the things. And then also I love to mention that this little icon, so you can see on some of the images, well, all of them have these little icons here. So for example, this one, this means that this image is meant to be cut. So it's made to be cut. Then some of them will have like a draw, like a little pen. So that means, so for example, this one, so this image will include drawing and cutting. So if you filter here by operation type, you will have different types of operations. So you will have cut only, draw only, print, then cut. That this is to print your images using your home printer, and then cut and draw. So that is what these little icons means on the images. And then also I wanted to show you the editable images. So these are images that has like a blue outline, like a part of the image is outlined in blue. So that means that they're editable and they have this little icon. So the icon for the editable images is like this little square with the arrow. So it's kind of like like a square with a little arrow. So that means these images are editable. And where they come, so here, the blue part of these editable images, you can change them. So if you put this onto your canvas, you can change easily this thank you for the name of someone, or for goodbye, or I love you, or happy birthday, or whatever it is that you want. And then the image will kind of like self-adjust, and you will already have this font that looks beautiful with the image, and it will keep the proportion and all of that. So those are the editable images. And if you want to find them, then you filter by editable text and they will be there for you. So let's go back to my massive gallery of flowers. And then I want to show you how to reduce your search. Also, you can filter by layers, because some of the images, as you might have seen, are with one color, and some of them have 2, 3, or 4 colors. So for example, this one. And then don't forget that your Cricut machine is a cutting machine. So every layer will be like every different color. So you're going to be cutting, for example, if you want to make this flower, you're going to be cutting the yellow part, and then you're going to be cutting the white part, and then you're going to put them together. So that is what means like a single layer or a multi-layer. It's the amount of colors that you have onto an image. As we're going to keep it simple for tonight, I'm going to click onto single layer filter. So then you'll see the amount of flowers that I'm going to have now. It's less because I'm filter. And then also I'm going to filter to cut only. So you see now the number has changed. And then I'm going to also click onto cut only. And then you will see also that number decreasing. And now let's just choose a couple of flowers. So now you see like all of my images are made just with one color because I've chosen single layer and only images to cut. And then when you're scrolling down, I will highly recommend you. So if you're making a project and you want to add some flowers, if you see one that you love, then either click on it. So the way to add images to your canvas is, let's say, okay, I love this one. So you click on, and then you will see it comes down here at the bottom. So now you will see it here. So that means that now you can add it to your canvas. If you're not sure anymore, you can either click on top of the image again, or you can go down and click on this red cross. So you just click on it. I like this one. So if you like one, either bookmark it so you know that you're not going to lose it, or add it to your canvas, because then when you scroll down, then you end up at the very bottom, and then you're like, okay, let me go back because I want the one that I saw first. So that's a good thing. So you can click on them. If you want to put it onto your canvas, you click on the image, and now you see that has this green outline. So that means that now you're able to put it onto your canvas. And then I'm going to put this last one. Okay. And I'm going to put this. And again, if you change your mind, you just go down and click here, and that will delete the image. So to put it onto your canvas, as I said, you click on the green button. So every time that you want to go to the next step, just go and click onto the green button. Now we're going to have all of that onto my canvas. And here, look at the layers panel, how now I have all 5 things. So I have all the images that I just put, and then also my hello and my little heart. So you can adjust the size by clicking, dragging, and dropping. And then you will see that I have 3 lovely flowers onto my canvas. And they are all different colors. So this is one nice thing to mention now, is that your Cricut machine is going to cut whatever material that you put there, regardless of the color. But it's really, I would really recommend you to keep the color on your canvas relative to the color of your material. So if you want to cut the flowers all in green or all in yellow or all in orange, keep them here, change the color to the right color that you're using. Because if you're making a project that has loads of different colors, then you're gonna know when you go to the Make It screen, then is when the machine is gonna let you know what color of material to put on to cut. So it's really important to select the color if you're working with loads of colors. So the way of changing the color of your images or text is you just click on the image, and then at the top here at operation, you'll see this square color. Then you can change it to the color that you like. So let's say I want to put all of them into yellow or orange. And then also it's really good for you to note that here at the top, when you click on the colors, here at the top are the colors that are already on my canvas. So if I want to put something to this exact same color that I already have on the canvas, then these ones at the top are the colors that are already on my canvas. So I'm going to leave that one onto purple, and then I'm going to change this one onto purple, and then you can change this to red or to orange or whatever is the color. So that's how you change colors. And don't forget that if you want to adjust the size, you can either click, drag, and drop to make your images bigger or smaller, or you can change the size to a fit size like 6 centimeters, 5, 7, 8, 10, whatever is that you want. You just click onto your image and then go at the top on the edit bar and double click and change to your appropriate size. Don't forget that if you're working on your phone or on a tablet, instead of having all of the commands here on the sides, all of your commands are going to be at the bottom of your screen on both mobile and tablets. You just need to have a play with them to find where they are, but they are all gonna be there at the bottom of your screen. Let me check that I'm not losing anything, that I'm saying everything. Great. And then once you're ready and happy with your project, you can save it. So if you say, okay, I'm running out of time, I'm not going to cut this now, so I just want to save it for later, then here at the top right side, you will see this save text, and then you can say, hello, flower. So you can add some title, and then you can create your collections as well and save it by folders, for example. But I'm just going to click hello flower, and then I'm just going to click on save. and that is going to be saved now for me. So if I want to make it later, or if I'm working on my computer, but then I want to open this now onto my phone, then if I open my stuff from my phone, then I'm going to be able to see my projects, and I'm going to be able to pick up my project wherever I left them. So there is the project, and then you can either customize it or make it from there. Okie dokes. So I think that's it for this part of the workshop. I'm gonna again to stop sharing my screen. That's it. Sally, how are you? Are you good? Are you following? Great. So thank you so much. I know it's a lot. I know it's loads of things, loads of commands, loads of new things, but don't forget that you got this. The more you practice, the more you open Design Space and play with it, you will get it. Then it's going to come like naturally to you. So my biggest advice will be open your machine if you haven't, take it out of the box, and then start playing, start making, start creating, start designing, and then you will start to feel more comfortable with your machine the more you play and practice with it. So now there is the moment that you've been waiting for. If you want to craft along with me again, you're free to do it. Bring your stuff out. If you rather sit back, relax, and just watch me doing it, that's absolutely fine as well. If you want to craft along with me, then we're going to be using a blank, whichever. I'm going to be using my notebook. This is my notebook that I just ripped a minute ago. But a notebook, or you can put it onto a water bottle or frame or whatever you like. We're going to be using vinyl. So I'm going to be using permanent or removable vinyl. And I'm going to be using my Explore 3. So here you have my Cricut Explore 3. I'm going to be showing it to you in a minute. But I'm going to be using my Explore 3. You will need as well your brayer. If you don't have it, I'm going to show it to you in a minute. I love this tool, one of my favorite tools for sure. I'm going to show it to you. What is it for? Then a mat, a cutting mat. If you're using a Maker or an Explorer, then you always need a mat. If you're working with a Maker 3, Explore 3, Joy, or Joy Extra, then if you're working with smart materials, you don't need the mat. I'm going to also explain that in a minute. But grab your vinyl, grab your brayer, grab your mat, some transfer tape, as we're going to be working with adhesive vinyl, so then you need some transfer tape, and your tools, my weeding tool, my scraper tool, weeding tool, scraper tool, and then my scissors. So a pair of scissors is always pretty handy. And a ruler or a measuring tape or something for you to measure your blank. So then that's how you know the right size that you need to make your image down to. So I'm going to put this on the side for a minute. And okay, and let's create the design. So what we're going to be making is you got this decal, because I've said that many times now, but you got this. The more you practice, then the easier it's going to be. So I'm going to share my screen again. Okay, and I'm going to make a new project. So this was my previous project. If you want to start fresh and create a new one, then just on the left side on your insert menu, you will have this new button. So you can click on here and create a new project. So you will have like a new blank, a new white canvas to work with. And I'm going to add an image to my canvas. So go to your insert panel on the left-hand side, click onto images, and then you can search. And we're going to be searching for You Got This. You got this. Then you click on enter, and then you're going to have loads and loads of images here. You can filter down by operation type, as we just want this image to be cut. So I'm going to click onto the filters to cut only. And then also I'm going to open this layers one, and I'm going to filter by one layer, so single layer, as we're going to be cutting just one piece of vinyl. So one color of vinyl. We're not going to be making layers tonight. So a single layer image. And then also, as I want you all to be able to create this project, I'm going to apply the free filter, the free image filter. So filter by free, by cut only, and by single layer. And here it is. This is my image. So to add it onto the canvas, click this green outline is going to become visible. And then my image is here at the bottom, and I can click add to canvas. Now that I have this onto my canvas, you can make it as big or as small as you want. And the way of doing that is simply measuring your blank. I'm going to stop sharing for a second. And I'm going to change my camera viewing so you can see what I'm doing. So it's just that I have like 1,000 cables here. So I'm going to change here my viewing. Sorry for the cables, but here I have my notebook. So I want to put a vinyl decal here on this space. So the way of knowing what size I'm looking for is just grab a ruler, measuring tape, whatever you have at hand. Actually, my favorite thing to use to measure everything is my mat. So if you grab your Cricut mat, on one side, you will have centimeters, and on the other side, you will have inches. So it doesn't matter what way you use your mat, but I love using my centimeter size to kind of like use this as a ruler. But let's grab my measuring tape. I'm working on centimeters, so let's say I want something that it's no more than 5 centimeters and no more than probably 7 centimeters. So yeah, that will do. So let's go back. So that's how you measure your blanks. Basically, grab your tape, grab your ruler, and measure the space that you are working with. So let's go back to share my screen. And I said, I want this to be no more than 5 centimeters. So I'm going to change the width to 5. And then that's the size of my image. So it's no bigger than 7. I said my 5 no bigger than 7. So this is no bigger than 7. That's fine. I might be able to make it slightly larger, but that's fine. I'm going to keep it on to 5. I'm going to keep it simple. And then I'm going to change the color of this just to keep on the good practices. I'm going to be using like a pinkish one. So let's choose this one. And we are ready to cut this image. So another thing that I would highly recommend you when you're starting your Cricut journey is to keep it simple. So keep it simple when you're starting gaining like the confidence to work with your Cricut machine. Just make something as we're doing tonight. Keep it simple to one layer, one piece of vinyl, one piece of cardstock. Don't overcomplicate yourself when you're just starting. Okay, so now that we have this resized, and we are ready to go. And we are ready to click on make it. Again, don't forget to have here at the top right of your corner, the right machine that you're working with. And then when you want to go to the next step, always search for the green button here. I have my green big make. this is going to be a new page that we haven't seen before. Here's my prepare screen. So when you're working with a Joy Extra, Maker 3 or Explore 3, you have the possibility to work with smart materials. So that's the difference between Maker and Maker 3 or Explore Air and Explore 3, that you can work with smart materials. I'm going to show you that when I change my viewing again. But working with smart materials means, so here, Cricut smart materials only, that you don't need to use a mat. So you can work without a mat. You can work on a mat for any material. You can also make cards using the card mat. But for today, I'm going to use my mat. So I want to show you how to work with the mat. So once you're ready, you confirm. We have two sizes of mats for the bigger machine. So you have 30 by 30 centimeters, so like 12 inches by 12 inches. And we also have a bigger one, which is 12 inches by 12 inches by 24 inches. You click on confirm, and then this is your prepare screen. So you remember that before this was home and canvas. Now we are onto the prepare screen. It's going to show me to prepare one mat. And this is like a representation of my mat. So this is how my mat is going to look like. And this is where my material should be. So this is by default, every time that you're going to cut something, the program is going to put it on your top left corner, but you can move this. So you can click the image, drag it and drop it and move it to whatever you want on your mat. So let's say you just have like a tiny little piece of material and you position that on your right corner. So then you can drag and drop your design here. But by default, again, it's always going to be on your top left corner, but you can move it around. You can also rotate it. So if you click on this, you can rotate and move it as you like. And then also if you click onto this three little buttons, you can move the object or you can hide the object. So you can hide things on your mat. If you change your mind and you don't want to cut all of the things that are on your mat, then you can hide them from there. If you want to make, so it's really nice to show you this now, but if you want to make this vinyl decal for you and for all of your friends, and you want to make 5 or 10 or 20, then you can change that here. So instead of duplicating that on your canvas, if you want to recreate the exact same project, you can change here onto your project copies. You can either move the arrows up or down, or you can type in the amount of things that you want. So for example, let's say I want 10 copies of this. You click onto apply, and then the program will do the work for you and put you 10 copies on the mat. So that's how you create multiple projects. So that's when this comes really handy. If you say like, oh no, I don't want 9, I don't want 10, I want 9. So you can either change it here or you can hide one of them. Then also from here, you can change your mind and say like, oh no, I'm not going to use the mat any longer. I'm going to change this without the mat because I'm going to use smart materials, for example. So you can change it from there as well. To a mat, to without the mat. So let's put it back onto a mat. And then also, I love this, material size. So this is the size of your material. By default, it's always going to be 12 inches by 12 inches, so 30.5 by 30.5. But if you're working with A4 or letter size or A5 or whatever piece that you're using, you can change it from here and say the size of your material is A4. So then this is going to update and change and rearrange your project so you can cut on A4. So it's going to highlight your cutting area depending on the size of the material that you're using. And then also you have this mirror button. So this mirror is only, you just need to worry about mirroring if you're working with iron-on vinyl or infusible ink. That's only when you turn on the mirror. So it's going to flip over the image. But we're not going to go there today. I'm going to go back to 1 copies. And I'm going to go back to change my material. So I'm going to cut just one. And when you're ready, again, click on the green button. I'm going to click on the green button at the top right to continue. And then I'm going to connect with my machine. Really important to mention, turn on your machine. If your machine is not on, then you're not going to be able to find your machine from this list. I'm going to select my Explore 3 and I'm going to connect by USB. If you have one of the bigger machines, so if you have Explore or Maker, you can connect either Bluetooth or USB. If you have Joy or Joy Extra, it's only by Bluetooth that you can connect your machine. And then I'm going to find my material. So the material that I'm going to be using today is Cricut Premium Removable Vinyl. And I have it here bookmarked. So also, sorry, that was super quick. So if you have your favorite materials, the ones that you use the most, you can also bookmark them. And they're going to be here on your bookmark with this green flag. Then also we have like some popular materials, or you can browse all materials. So you can click here onto browse and all the materials that you can cut with your machine are going to be there on this massive list that you can also filter here. So for example, we can filter by vinyl. And then as I said, this is going to be the removable matte vinyl. Okay, so premium vinyl removable. That's what we're going to be cutting. And really important thing to mention here, I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second. Yeah, we're ready there. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing, well, just a second. Then load tools and materials. If you have one of the bigger machines, so Explore or Maker, you have two clamps, clamp A for the accessories and clamp B for your blades. We don't require any accessories, so we're not using pens or scoring stylus. Then we just need the blade, which is the fine point blade, the one that comes with your machine. So I'm going to stop sharing. Sorry. If you have the, this is only for the Cricut Explore Air owners. So if you have a Cricut Explore Air, then I will highly recommend you to, so your machine will have a dial here on the side of your machine, you will have a dial. So I will highly recommend you to set that dial all the time to all the way around to custom, as then you will be able to select the right material that you're using from that drop-down list. So move your dial only if you have an Explore Air, move your dial to custom settings, and then you will be able to choose your settings from there. Okay, so there you have my Explore 3. So this is the machine that I'm going to be using tonight. And I wanted to show you the difference between the smart materials and the normal materials. First thing, the size. So the smart materials are made to fit perfectly onto your machine without the need of using a mat. You're going to know if it's smart because it's going to say smart. And then the backing of this material is like really rigid. So it's going to feel like really, really rigid. But the size of this is the perfect size for your machine. So you can go and put this straight onto your machine. It needs to be cut as a straight line, so a perfect straight line for you to put it there. If you have a Joy, you will have the Joy sizes. If you have the Joy Extra, there are also Joy Extra sizes. And then the ones for the Explore and the Maker 3 are the same size. But that's the difference between the normal materials and the smart ones. And if you have offcuts of your smart materials, then you can put them onto your mat to feed them through your machine. If you are using with any of the machines, you can use any of the materials. So for example, let's say you're going to use your big machine, but you went to the stores and you love the Joy size ones, but you don't have the Cricut Joy, but you really love this one, then you can buy this one and just put it onto your mat. So you're able to use any type of material if you're using your mat. So you just need to open this up, put it onto your mat, and then put it on your machine. Hope that makes sense. Another thing I wanted to show you is like a little tip and trick. to know if you're working with, oh, where's my piece of vinyl? I lost it. If you're working with permanent or removable materials, if you see the background of your, let me change my screen. So if you're working with vinyl, if you go to the background of your vinyl, if it's permanent, the grid lines are going to be green. If it's removable, the grid lines are going to be gray. So if you have some offcuts, then this is a handy way of knowing it. If it's green, it is permanent. If it's gray, it is removable vinyl. So these are my pieces of vinyl. And then I'm going to put that onto my mat. So the way of working with your mat, we have different colors of mats, so for different types of stickiness. So the green one is the standard grid one, which is the one I recommend you to work with vinyl. So all of them comes with a protective cover. I love to put stickers onto my mats so I know which way goes in touch with the mat. Because as they are sticky mats, you want them to be as clean as possible. So you want them to be away from dust and that stuff. So then you grab your piece of vinyl and then you position it onto your top left corner. So you grab your vinyl, put it onto your mat. And then that's when the brayer comes in super handy. So this is the brayer to make a nice bond between your material and your mat. That's how you use it. Okay, and then I'm going to move again so that this is ready to go into my machine. I'm going to change again my viewing just to show you the machine. So then when you're ready to cut, these lights are gonna, these buttons are gonna blink. So this is letting me that I'm ready to put my mat. So you have two clamps on the sides of your, like two guides on the sides of your machine. So you put your mat or the material under that. Click on the arrows, and then it's going to check that you have enough length of material to work with, especially if you're working with smart materials. It's going to check that it's enough in length, and then you can click on play. If you have a Cricut Joy or a Cricut Joy Extra, there are no buttons on your machine, so you will need to click on to the next steps on your screen. So you will be prompted on your screen to click on load, unload, and play, like go. Then I'm going to click on play. And that's going to go in with the material. It's going to start cutting for me. So this is a good time to ask you, do you have any questions at all? So any questions, Jess, Kate, that you think that will be worth mentioning out loud while this is cutting?
I think we've got them well covered, Oriana.
Thank you so much. Thank you, girls. That's super handy. But well. Then the machine is going to be cutting. So the fine point blade is the blade that comes with all of the machines, and it's the, let's say, the popular blade, the one that you'll be using to cut paper, cardstock, vinyl, iron-on vinyl, and all of that. So that's it. When you're ready, you're not going to pull your mat away. You're going to click onto the button to unload your machine, your material, sorry, and then there you have it. So you can see there, you got this. You got this, people. Trust me. I know it's quite overwhelming, but you got this. I'm gonna change this. So then when you're gonna take off your material from the mat, instead of peeling it off, especially if you're working with paper and cardstock, you will flip over the mat. So you flip the mat over, and then you peel off the material. You peel off the mat from the material. Then you prevent the material from curling. Let's put the plastic protective cover back on. And then let's grab the tools. So here you have the sticker. I'm going to be using my scissors because you're not going to waste any of your material. You're going to be cutting this down to size to save as much material as you can for a future project. So you can use your scissors to cut that out. This on the side. And then your weeding tool. So this is the tool that is going to help you to take off the excess of your material. So you poke in to one of the sides. I like to do it the opposite direction to me, because then you can kind of like stab yourself, and we don't want that. So always work with this to the opposite area of where you are. Poke in and then carefully peel it off. It's super satisfying doing this. I love weeding, but it takes some practice and some patience. And then you're going to start taking off the inside of the letters for this particular project. That's what we're going to be doing. So you poke in and lift up, poke in and lift up. I also recommend to people that when you're going to do your weeding, you'll have your design here, but don't try to pick up from the side. So don't try to go onto the, let's say, onto the cut line, because you can damage your design. Just go into the middle. Just grab it from the middle, and then you're sure that you're not damaging your design. Just keep on going, removing all the bits and bobs that you don't want. Sometimes if you're not sure what are you taking off, it's good to go back to your canvas to see your original project, to see which ones are the parts that you need to remove. So that's a good thing to do. And again, practice. It will all come to you naturally the more you practice. Weed out all the bits and pieces, all the inner parts of the letters of your design. And then this goes to the bin, but that's our vinyl decal. So when you cut something, it's not supposed to cut all the way through your material. So it's supposed to cut the way through your vinyl, but not to the carrier sheet. So this is your carrier sheet, and here is our vinyl decal. If this was a solid shape, we could be able to easily peel it off and stick it on as you would with a normal sticker. But as this is kind of like intricate, it could deform. So then that's when the transfer tape comes in super handy. So this is a transfer tape that is going to help us to transfer our design from that carrier sheet to our blank. It comes in rolls. You can cut it down to your size. I have this one already cut down to size. And also this is reusable. So save it for your next project. Do not put it straight onto the bin, because you can use this many, many times. And also the transfer tape also comes in a version that is called strong grip transfer tape. This one has gray grit and this one has purple grit. Don't be how you say that? So don't get wrong that if it's a strong grip, it's going to work nicer. So the strong grip transfer tape is for you to use with textured vinyl. So if you buy a vinyl that is shimmer, like it's like glittery, and you can't feel it smooth, that it has like texture, then that's when you need to use strong grip transfer tape. So as this vinyl is smooth as butter, then we don't need this. So this is only for textured vinyl. I'm going to grab my transfer tape. It all comes in this kind of like a pack, like a roll. So you peel it off and it's like a sticker. And also you have there the grid lines that will help you with aligning your design. Just put it on top. And then with the help of your scraping tool, scraper tool, you will scrape at the front. Just scrape down at the front and then flip it over and scrape from the back. Scrape again, all of the sides. And then I will recommend you, instead of peeling it off from here, just keep it flipped down. So just keep it on this side. And instead of peeling off the transfer tape, just peel off the carrier sheet. So this way it's much easier. And also do it like on an angle, like a 45 degrees angle to your project. and then you peel it off. And that's it. So now we have our design onto a transfer tape, and now we are ready to transfer this to our project. Again, you can use the lines to help you with your alignment, to help you with positioning your design. And then again, use your scraper tool to scrape onto all of the sides. Scrape down. Make sure that you don't have any bubbles or wrinkles. And then again, you peel off your transfer tape as well onto a 45 degrees angle to reveal your final project. And ta-da! That's it. That was it. You got this. So let me flip over to my front camera. There you go. You got this, people. You got this. You can do this. Great workshop. Thanks. Thank you so much, Michelle. Thank you. I hope you had a great time. Let me see if I can see some people. I can see your, yeah, there you are. So if you've made along with me, can you show me your project? If you've made something, if someone made something with me, if you want to show me. Oh, there you go, Vicky. Yay, you got this. You got this. Well done, Stephanie. Thank you. Oh, that's exciting. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing it. Susanna, I can see you with, oh, Carla. Wow, look at that. Fancy cat, you're an expert already. Oh, that's exciting. Thank you ever so much for sharing your projects with me. I hope you had a great time. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. I hope you feel confident and excited to unbox your machine. If you still have it in the box, please take it out. And thank you ever so much for your time. Thank you for watching us. I have some stuff to say to finish. The first thing I'm going to mention is that we're going to put onto the chat now a link to the previous version of this workshop, like to a recording. It's like a really similar one. So Jess, if you can put that link. So if you want to see this workshop recorded at your own time, at your own pace, a million times, then Jess is going to put there the link to that video. If you want, if you can't find the link, you can send us an email to ukcricketlearn@cricut.com, and we're always happy to answer your questions. If you have any questions at all, you can send us an email and we can send you the recording of the workshop. So ukcricketlearn@cricut.com, all of that is on the chat now, so you can go now to the chat and have a look. We have a following workshop to this one. This was the Cricut 101. So we have the following one is the Cricut 102, where you will be learning other commands on Design Space. So there are loads of stuff within Design Space, and we're going to make like a little recap of this and then learn new things. And we'll be making a layered project with vinyl. So on the Cricut Learn 102, you will be learning how to layer vinyl. So we will be working with 2 colors of vinyl. So that's a good one. And I think we're having one of those this week. I'm not entirely sure, but I think we're having one either this week or next week.
Thursday, day after tomorrow.
Thursday. So this Thursday, I guess it's also at 7 p.m. So we have that. If you want to join our workshops, learn.cricut.com. There you will find all the workshops. And also we have a blog, which is officialcricketblog.co.uk, where we put loads and loads of things, loads of inspiration. We share there where we're going to be on the next time, like where we are in the UK, the tour dates, like when we are in Hobbycraft or John Lewis. We share all of that on our blog. So that's also really nice place to find inspiration. Then also we have a social media channels. So we have TikTok and Instagram. And this week we have Instagram Live tomorrow with Zoe. She's going to make, I think, budget gifting at 8:30 p.m. at Cricut_UK. That's Instagram, and also TikTok every single Thursday. So every Thursday on TikTok, 8:30 p.m. at Cricut_UK. We do lives with loads and loads of inspiration, like all sorts of things depending on the week. Sometimes we make mugs, sometimes we make vinyl, iron-on, loads of things. Some of us are going to be at Hobbycraft on Saturday and Sunday. So this weekend, we're going to be doing workshops for a charity, like a lovely charity, like raising money this weekend. So if you are around, check onto our blog. That should be on our blog. Or you can message us. You can always message us to find where we are. And we're also doing workshops at John Lewis. You can make like a Christmas jumper or a mug. I'm not sure if they're sold out, but you can find that as well on our blog. And I think that's it. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being here. And I can't wait to hear more about your